Yeah. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to the new episodes World of Tank Roads. What I have for you today is a map called Mines, where I will talk about positioning for the light tanks and the medium tanks. Okay, let's get going. So first of all, what I wanted to talk with you, so the most important part of the Mines map is the middle part of the map. So before start of every game, you should write down in chat who is interested of attacking the hill with you, or if your team is maybe not interested of taking the hill. So first let's talk if your team is interested in taking the hill. So let's get going. So first thing first, you rush the top of the hill. Use the full speed to go there, the shortest route as possible. Okay, so important thing, if you are the first one there, probably will get shot. Okay, let's start here, stop here. So as you see, you will probably spot a lot of tanks here, and from this moment you will know how many of the enemy teams will try to rush and contest the hill, and you will know how many of your allies will come and support you. So first of all, if they don't contest, you should always stop here if you're on the green side of the map, because if you advance a little forward, the TDs that are situated here will probably have shots on you. So if they don't contest the hill, you should stay here and get hidden from the shots from artillery or TDs. So, or if they tracked somebody there, you can support them with fire. Then, if you are not spotted, you should always advance behind this rock, whatever, and here you will have the clean shots on all the heavies or mediums that are situated below, or should be careful about the spots behind these buildings here, because they will be able to shot at you. So let's get going. So if you're a light tank, you should extend your vision. If they're not proxy spotting you, use the bushes. I don't recommend these ones because you can get easily shot by the enemy team, but you're extending the view range for their tank destroyers that are situated here, but you can easily be shot by the positions like this one, or the enemies that are situated maybe in this bush here behind it, and you will not be able to spot them. But here, if you're sure that they don't have the TDs there, you can always get the easy shots at the back of the tanks that are advancing through here. So now what I want to talk, how to back off from this position. So I would probably stay behind this rock most of the time. So how you want to back off? You should turn around your tank and run, because the TDs most of the time have shots on you when you are going through here. Okay, so if the enemy killed your tanks that were situated in the city, you can always have the free shots here from this position. So okay, I want to talk about one more interesting thing. So if you don't have the gun depression, you can always lean your tank on the, as you see me doing here, on this rock right of me, and you will have more gun depression, as I'm showing you to you here. That's really if you are in some tanks that doesn't have a good gun depression and you need it to poke your enemies, that's a really nice way to do it. If you are on the green side, you can actually use this bush because your team is behind you, so you will not be shot by the enemies, only the ones that you are looking at. And the important thing is, so when you are rushing the hill at the beginning of the game, sometimes you will get yourself in a position where the enemy is a little bit slower than you, but they succeeded in putting more tanks on the hill. So you want to have the way out. So the way out is here. Maybe not as I did it here, I lost some of the HP, but you can actually do it without losing any of the HP here. Yeah. I didn't really slide over. If you slide over the rocks, you will not lose any HP. So, okay, next thing is, if you're advancing the hill here and you want to contest, but you realize, oh my god, I'm freakishly too slow, I will not get the chance to go on the hill, so you can always drift a little bit and turn around. Okay, what you want to do next is to take this position here where I'm going now. So let me pause for the second. So at the beginning of the game, you talk with your team, you realize none of your teammates will contest the hill here. So you can, if you don't see a lot of medium tanks going there or the light tanks, or you don't have, you should always take this position that I'm now driving to, even from the start of the map. But you will realize why later on in the game. So this bush here is actually really powerful. So the problem is, if they took the hill, they can if you don't have the good camo, you can be spotted here or on the way that you're driving through there. So you can always stop here and wait for around 10 seconds to not be spotted. So when you are not spotted, you should always go like a little bit down and then into the bush. So from this bush you can actually spot if you have the good rear range, but you will have it because you're a light tank, you can spot all the enemies that are situated here. For example, you see those trees. Usually most of the times enemy like drop the trees and you can know that they are actually there. So if there is no enemies, you're sure of it. That's one of the big tricks. You can always shoot on the enemies that are close to the rock, as I'm showing to you now. See, I'm pinging and you can actually see the ping. So if the heavies or the mediums are fighting next to the rock, you can always have the free shots. Okay, after that, if there is no enemies, nobody you can shoot, you can always go forward. First, you can stop here and realize, oh, there is no enemies. Then, should go forward. First thing, as you can see, is the bush right next to the rock. And boom, you can spot the enemies that are actually located in the base. If the TDs are firing, you can actually spot the TDs that are located at a hill inside the base, and you can have some of the free shots if any of the medium tanks are located here in this region. Then if you are safe and you know that there is nobody here, you can actually come to this bush or the next one and you can actually spot the enemy team that is located here. Most of the time some of the medium tanks or TDs are located here, so they have the shots from here to the middle of the map. And from here you can like drop this tree and spot, so this tree gets you the cover, some of it, but it's not perfect. And from here depends on the game what you should do. You should maybe fall back, help another flank or whatever. Depending, every game of what's the fun of the World of Tanks is that every game is different, so you will never play same game twice or 3 times. The composition of the team is always different in the random battles. So let's say when you went for the hill and you couldn't get it, your team actually lost the hill. So you see, you have couple of medium tanks situated where we were before. So you as a light tank, you will just make more crowd there, so it's not the option. But there is actually one more position for the light tank, actually really good one. So even on this position you can rush it from the beginning of the game, but if you if you tried first to go to the hill and then you lost it, you should always be careful of the enemies. Probably the enemies will be situated here in these bushes that I showed before, so should take the longer route, not the one that I just used. But if you are rushing from the base, you can do it by the fastest route. So what you want to do is go through here. Be careful, of course. See if you spot any enemies, and then come to these bushes. Okay, the good thing here in these bushes, you can spot all the heavies that maybe didn't want to go. They tried to go hill, but they didn't want to, so they tried to go back. So you can actually spot all of them. And the other thing, you can actually shoot at the people that are situated here, or they can shoot on you. So you need to be careful that you're not spotted, of course, but you have many opportunities to shoot at people. And the other one is that you can actually spot the TDs from here that are inside the base, as I'm pinging now on the map, so you can actually spot them. And the other good thing, so you always need to go behind this small tree, and you can actually shoot on people that are on the hill and shooting on your heavies. See where I'm pinging? Here. Yep. There. You can actually shoot the light tanks there or the medium tanks from this position. But you should also be very, very careful about this one. So that's most of the things for this side of the map. So let's go on the other side. Actually, no, I think I have one more thing to tell you. So the thing is, if you have nowhere to go on the map, you should always try that all the positions are covered and you see that the enemy has the hill and destroying your TDs that are in the base. You can always proxy spot them. Always. You just stay underneath this and you will proxy spot all the medium tanks and the light tanks that are situated up there. Yeah, as I'm pinging now. So it's a really good thing to do. You can help out your team and get assistance damage. Okay, that's it. Let's go to another side. Okay, we are on the other side. So should do the same thing as if you are starting on the opposite side. You should talk with your team. So let's go. You take, of course, the fastest route to the hill because that's the most important thing. And I want to add that I think that this side is much easier to get the hill than the previous one that I featured. So yeah. Okay, the first thing first, you always check how many enemies are coming. If not a lot, you should always be careful. Because here, where you are situated now, the artillery, if it's there, they can get the shot on you. So, if you are a lightly armored vehicle, you will get wrecked. So, you can try to hug this wall here, or when you are coming on the hill, you just try and run here next to these rocks or whatever. Just try and evade the artillery. So if you are not spotted and there is not a lot of enemies here that you need to fight off, so you will go and spot for your team, of course. So should always take the left bush first, because from here you can actually spot the artillery that's here or the TDs that are situated behind these rocks, as I'm showing right now. But yeah, most of the times you will not get any good spots, or maybe you will. You never know if you're not trying. As I'm pinging now, yeah, that's the spots that you will see. You can do the same thing, but it's harder to spot the artillery from the opposite bush. So I always take this 1 second, but you can actually spot decent even from this bush. You always need to be careful because enemies can proxy spot you all the time here, as I said previously. So you should always pay attention to the map. Oh, and after that, if there is not a lot of tanks on the hill, should always try and poke the enemy heavy tanks. I talked before about how to use the low gun depression tanks here, so this is really powerful position. You don't let the enemy heavy tanks hug this wall here, so yeah, it's really powerful. You should never use this bush, because if there is any TD situated here, yeah, you will get wrecked. And never use this bush, believe me, you will. If you get spotted here, you will just get wrecked. And you know, you can always come here as I'm showing it to you now and poke the enemies. If you have a decent DPM that are situated here, you will have the easy shots on them. And the other thing, how it's the easy way to go down. Okay, I failed this time again, but you just need to slide down forward and you will not lose a lot of health. But if you are in a rush, you can actually lose only 200 hit points or less if you are lucky. Okay, so you went for the hill. The enemy already took the hill, so you need to run away. Where would you run away? So there is one decent position here, so you just turn around and go here. You don't hit the freaking rock on the way and lose 200 hit points, but you can actually go through here. It's not that risky. I just made a mistake, so yeah. So from here on out, okay, here you can actually come from the base first, because if you talk with your team and you saw that you will not get the hill because you don't have enough mediums or they don't want to contest it, you can firstly go here. If you're late, you should always come here first. So if you try the hill and you didn't get it, you should always come here, knock down these trees and provide the vision. I think the second tree is the much better one because it gets you the cover. This one gives you a good cover, but yeah, it's not perfect. This one can actually shoot from here, go behind and hide behind this rock here. Yeah, not a lot of enemies will hit you, and you will be able to spot the enemies that are situated there where I'm showing. So you can hide behind this rock, the enemies will not be able to hit you, the TDs that are situated here, and you can always get some shots or extend your vision behind from that bush. But if you are starting from the base, you decided you will go here on this flank, you should always rush it. Okay, sometimes you will get shot by the enemies. They're maybe situated here or they're trying to advance, and then they will spot you, but you should always run. You can maybe stop here, but if the enemies are here next to this stone, they can shot you and you're the light tank, so it's, if the mediums come here, they will probably wreck you. So the best possible way is to run to the edge of the map, because not a lot of tanks will be able to shoot at you here. And yeah, maybe the TDs will rush from this position down, but yeah, they will probably not, because they will lose a good position for sniping and for only kill one light tank. But if you are fighting the mediums, they will never come. Maybe if you are alone here and they left this side without the cover, so yeah. But from here you have the freaking free shots at the back of the heavies or all the tanks that are situated there. Maybe from the corner here, or for me the better option is behind this rock. You have the bush, most of the times you will not get spotted, and you have the free shots to destroy their backs. You can track them, spot them, but if they fall back and they didn't spotted you already and they are falling back, you should always take this stone and this bush so you can spot them when they are falling back, or this one, depends on the game. And if your team cleaned the middle, took the hill and all, and you are in this position, you should always try and spot the TDs afterwards. If you have the HP, maybe you will take the hit here. Maybe not, who knows? But you will spot all the TDs that are situated here, and if you go behind this rock, they will not be able to spot you, but you will be able to hit their tracks. And when they are spotted and situated here, and your team has the middle of the map, they will have the free shots on all the TDs that are here. So it's really powerful position to take there with the light, and you will get probably, if your team took the middle, you will have a lot of spotting by then. Even the damage, because you took that advanced position down, and you will have the free shots on all the heavies, mediums that are trying to get the hill or win this area of the map. Okay, what I don't like from this side is, yeah, you didn't win the hill. Maybe there is a lot of people on these islands or whatever you call them in the 1-2 line, and not a lot of people are in the city. Even then, I will never recommend going into the city. You can always do the same thing as on the opposite side. You can always proxy spot people from below, and they will not be able to shoot at you. So yeah, you can help your TDs get the free shots or maybe not get spotted. There is some positions here that you can use like a light tank, but you should always be careful. You know, this bush is okay, maybe to spot them up there, go inside the bush or shoot behind it, but I will never recommend it, because as you know from my previous, from the opposite side that I showed, yeah, most of the people will take this position there, so you will be inefficient, and if you lost the hill, you will be the easy target to get hit by. So maybe you can get here and they will not have a lot of people in this bush, or you can go down in the bush below and have the free shots, but I will never recommend this. If you are a light tank, it's better for you to go on 1-2 line than here. Okay, I think that's it for the light tanks, so let's jump into the medium tanks. Okay, we are in the medium tank. So most of the times it's almost the same gameplay for the medium tanks and the light tanks on this map, but let's say, for example, you are not in a paper tank like I am now, a leopard. Maybe you're in a Patton or maybe Action, Centurion Action X. So you can actually, if you didn't get the hell, you can actually stay in this position here and maybe contest it. But I will not recommend, if you didn't get the hell, that you stay here a long period of time. So you can have some couple of shots here, maybe wait for some more tanks to pass, or you can take this if you have good side armor, like for example some Russian medium tanks. You can, with good DPM, you can always take this rock, but you should always hug it with the side, you know, because if they took the hell, they will have a free shots on your side if you are not like leaning next to the rock. Yeah, you can have like good opportunities, but it's not perfect really. This spot is not really perfect. You can have from this side, you can have some shots on the heavies that are approaching, but there, most of the heavies that will approach here will have a good turret armor, and yeah, you will probably need to shoot some gold, and they will probably pen you most of the times. So that position that I showed for the light there, that push, I think that position is much better for the medium tanks. Why? Because you have better accuracy, you have better alpha damage. Maybe you don't have the better camo most of the times, but if you're a light tank and your medium tank took this position here, you will probably go maybe a little bit forward or maybe next to him, help him. You should always take advantage of this really powerful bush and shoot in the mid and the heavy tanks that are situated in the middle. Or if you have a good turret armor, you can always work this small stone or go backwards. You should be careful here, because if the RT is situated in a corner, they will have the shots on you. So you should always be careful. And from here you can have the shots on the hill, or as you can see, the entrance there. And the other side, now the one in the city that I showed, same. It's really good for both mediums and the light tanks. If you are a medium tank with a good turret armor, you should not always, but always consider going there, because it's really powerful position. Even if the enemy takes the hill, you have the opportunities to shoot at them, and your heavies will probably spot them there. So yeah. And there is one more position that I wanted to show you guys, is behind one of the houses here. So if the enemy took the hill there, and you have somebody that is proxy spotting them from below, or I don't know, maybe somebody already took the position there, you can take these bushes if you have the good camo, and the enemy will not spot you at the like 100 meters. So you can always use this bush and shoot at the heavies or the TDs or whoever is coming there. Or you can like knock this tree down, and if enemies are taking the right bush from you, you will not be spotted and be able to shoot at them. This one is really risky, because if you don't have the friend here in the position that I spoke about before, they will overrun you really quickly, and if you get spotted, they will have the shots on you like through here. So I don't really recommend this position if you don't have the friend up there in that location. Okay, that's it from this side, so let's go on the other side. Okay, we are on the other side, so it's the same thing. You speak with your team, you decide will you go on the hill or not. So you are going to the hill. You are on the really like some Russian medium, but probably maybe some American or British ones. So you are going there and you realize, oh my god, they took the hill already. Maybe your light tank already died or whatever. So this is one of the really good positions. You can get shots on all the people that are trying to cross onto the hill. You see, you can be hauled down against them, but the good part is you can always have the free shots on the turrets if the heavy tanks are not paying attention to you. So you will always get like 1 or 2 shots there. And the good thing about this position, you can always fall back. You can always fall back. Not if you stay there a long period of time and you lose this 1-2 line there, but for a couple of free shots, it's really good position. Then after that, you should always focus on this side here, and if you have the turret, you should go into this corner that I'm going now. But if you are something like Leopard with a good camo and good gun, you should use the positions that I showed with a light tank. Or maybe like if you have the turret, you should always come here. Maybe you will be able to bounce a couple of shots and get some vision. And always go forward, go backwards, make hard for enemy to hit you, and you can always use the bush left from the stone, that's left from the stone. You will not have some great opportunities to shoot, but yeah, maybe you will not get spotted and you will spot somebody. But let's say you went there and your light already took the position in the corner, and you know that there is not a lot of enemies here, like there is none enemies there. You can always follow the light. Maybe you will get spotted, you can stay behind this rock, be unspotted, and then continue forward and then support your light tank there and get some free shots in the butts of the tanks that are situated here. And yeah, I wanted to show you one more thing here. So if the enemy has the hill and they invested a lot of tanks there, so you know that here there is a lot of tanks. You can always use this house. This house is really good because you can have the free shots, as I will show you now, to the enemies that are situated here, so behind that rock. So yeah, it's really good position, really good position. You can get a lot of free shots from there, and you will probably not be spotted because of the trees on there, so just you will need somebody to spot for you, but you can get some free shots. And this bush I will never recommend because you can get spotted easily. Maybe if you go behind and be careful and drop this tree, you will not get spotted, but most of the times this bush will never work for you. It's okay, but it will never work for you. And let's say the enemy didn't took this really good position for them, you can always rush it and come here behind this house. You will have not a lot of opportunities, but some to shoot at the heavy tanks that are there, because if they took the hill and the heavy tanks that are here don't need to pay attention on the hill, they will probably push this side. So from this position you can get the free shots through the middle here and on the tanks that are next to this rock. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, thumbs down. And you can always click that fancy button down there to subscribe to my channel and to get new content every week. For example, the next week I'm doing this same map just for the heavies and the TDs, and maybe I will give some tips and tricks for the artilleries or against them. So stay tuned and have a lovely day.